Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode here on Eat Sleep Brief, and this week I'm going to be giving you guys a quick update. It's not going to be a very long video, but it's going to kind of bring you up to date here on the Mote Aquarium's 50-gallon Infinity Series. Starting out with the corals have actually been doing a lot better. The SPS have been doing very nice. You can see one of them coloring up really good. Polyps are fully extended. Another coral I've been very happy with is this chalice. I actually started with it. It was about here, if you guys saw, some time back, and I just tried bringing it up to see if I can get a little bit more color out of it, and sure enough, I've been noticing quite a bit more color. But what's really crazy, typically chalices, I wouldn't say they're hard to keep, but people say to get good growth out of them it may take some time. What's really crazy is this thing has grown to a very nice size. Actually, when I received it, it didn't, you can see it has actually quite a bit of millimeters of growth. When I got it, it didn't have any growth going up. You can see it now reaching up to the light. I did figure that, there's various reasons why corals sometimes will grow the way they grow. Specifically here, I figured it was trying to reach up to the light because it was probably getting too little light where it was down here. So what I went ahead and did is move it up a bit higher. I still kind of notice reaching. I don't know if that's more light or it's just a typical growth pattern. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get corals to grow a certain way, but I really can't complain. I've been very happy with it so far, doing very good. The Gonapora, it is later in the day. The lights are actually supposed to be off right now. I turned them on. That's why you see a lot of the corals kind of in their sleeping mode. You can see the Goni isn't really extended. When this thing extends, it reaches all the way to the top of the rock. Mushroom as well, you can see it's quite recessed. Torch, isn't as fluffy as it is, and this Zoa colony, there's a few polyps out, but again, not too crazy. It's really cool to see the sea urchin. This thing is actually something that you'll read in the hobby. A lot of people don't recommend them because they'll go and they'll bulldoze stuff. I've actually had very good success with it, given I don't have tons of coral, but this guy is always working. He goes under the rock, he goes around corals. He does a very good job, and he's always actively working. I think when it comes to sea urchins, unless you don't have anything too big, I think it's a good idea to have one. And of course, you can never have too much diversity in a reef tank. The biggest thing I actually really excited to cover with you guys is the algae. So as you guys can see, there is absolutely zero algae officially in this reef tank. So if you guys are just tuning into this update and you probably haven't been following my other videos, I've been using a continuum product I'll be showing you here in a little bit, but dosing it as a regimen states. I think I'm on the 1 month mark. I really noticed it start kicking in at about the 3 to 4 week mark. At the 4 week mark, everything was pretty much as you see here. There's not a speck of algae or any sort of algae anywhere. It has completely cleaned the rock. And I know a lot of people, before I started this method, a lot of people were recommending go the natural way, so on and so forth. I just figured, there's so many products out there that, in my opinion, some of them will affect your corals, some of them may affect your fish. This one in particular, I saw no issues with coral, no issues with fish, no issues with my Chaetomorpha either. So I just think it's another product that's offered, and it's a great tool to have in your tool belt. When I do go to a bigger system, if I ever do encounter an algae issue, I know for a fact that I can certainly go to the Continuum product, and within a month it can absolutely eradicate it. For you out there that are, again, just tuning into this video, the product I'm talking about that'll obliterate algae, hair algae, any sorts of algae you're dealing in a reef tank, if you want to get rid of it within a month, I highly recommend you checking out Continuum Bacter Clean M. Now, I know BRS has done videos on Vibrant. I've personally never used Vibrant, so I can't say if it's good or bad. This product actually was not at all sponsored by Continuum. I paid with my own money. As you can see, it's in a Voss water bottle. But you know, it's not biased at all. It wasn't sponsored by them. I, again, paid with my own money. So I can honestly tell you, if you're looking to eradicate algae, this is for sure your go-to. Now, if you missed my first video on this product, please be sure to check it out, because you must use this as the not the ingredients, as the directions are. But again, if you missed it, I do have a video where I did cover that, and that's something you will not want to miss. In the past few videos, I know I've referenced a reef tank that's in my office that I actually did a video on. I did a video when the algae on that thing was horrible. You know, I've referenced it a lot of times. I kid you not, guys, that thing had 4 to 5 inches growing of strands of hair algae. It was to the point where you could not, I could have paid you money to point out rock, and you could not see rock. It was that bad. Last week, I was over at my buddy's office. I was installing the e-coral doser, and just look at this, guys. This is the reef tank now. This is how it looks. It's night and day difference. You almost can't even recognize it. And again, this reef tank, the only thing that was changed was dosing the Continuum Bacter Clean M. So I don't know if my tank is at all an example. You know, maybe you still don't believe in it. That reef tank, the one you're witnessing right now in the office, is a prime example. You know, I would say 99% of reefers would have shut it down, you know, because it was really, really that bad. I'm not gonna lie, I was even considering shutting it down. But it's cool to see, again, we have another tool in our arsenal to eradicate hair algae pretty much forever, as you can see here. For you that did stay to the very end, that's pretty much it, the topic or the update for this reef tank. But for you guys that did stay till the end, I'm gonna give you guys a little bonus. So I'm gonna be moving very, very soon, within the next 2 months, into our home that's going to be our home for at least another 5, 6, 7 years. I think you guys know where this is heading. I'm going to be setting up a pretty big tank. I still don't know what size, I don't know what brand, you know, none of that. A lot of people are recommending me to stay, and I honestly want to stay with the same brand, Mode Aquarium, and go with their 135, such as Inappropriate Reefer did, Aquaman Shalom. I mean, there's a few guys out there running it. The only problem I'm encountering, and there's a few homes where you know, we're looking at right now, I haven't finalized which one is the one we're going to end up buying. But the ones my wife is liking a little bit more, I may not be able to go with a tank that's 30 inches deep front to back. Only because where the tank is going to be, it's going to, you know, be an obstruction. It's going to be in the way. So again, I still don't know that, but I did want to let you guys, especially you guys that did watch to the end, that is going to be coming very soon. Now you're probably asking, is this tank going to be shut down? No, I still plan on keeping this tank in that home. I'm going to have an office. This is going to become the tank in the office. And yeah, that's really what I'm looking to do. Now, probably in the next video I'm going to do, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about tanks, how I go about choosing tanks. Honestly, more than anything, I'd love to hear your guys' recommendations in that next video, so you guys can help me decide on exactly, you know, what you guys recommend, what you look for in a reef tank. But again, that was just a little bonus for you guys that did watch here to the very end. And I'm really happy with the tank, guys. As you guys can see, it's 100% back on track. I absolutely cannot complain. And I'm very happy, you know, within a month we were able to get it with the Continuum Bacter Clean M. And, you know, a lot of the reason why I haven't added a lot of corals to this tank is because I knew we were going to be moving very soon. So you know, you guys all know, adding corals just from an LFS to your tank is stressful. Now imagine removing again those corals to a home. You know, it's just stress on stress on stress that I did not want the corals to go through. So I figured we wait, you know, we get the algae in control. Luckily, by the time we're in that new home, this tank is going to be close to what, 7-8 months old. So it's going to be very well established. You know, I'm going to have really no concerns with it now that we've worked all the bugs out of it. So guys, we're going to end this video here. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. More importantly, if you guys are dealing with algae issues, hopefully I was able to turn you on to a different product. And again, it's just another tool you can have in your tool belt. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down in the comment box below. I thank each and every one of you for watching. As always, happy reefing.